All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I think we're at capacity here, which is awesome. Um, Happy Monday to you. Hope you had a nice weekend. We got a few things we're gonna do today. First thing is I'm going to show you something that's gonna happen here fairly soon that you guys need to be aware of. And so I need you to kind of really focus in here for a minute or two. And then we're gonna go over the quiz you had over the weekend. If you had any questions over why something was more correct than the other. And then I've got an activity in small groups to do after that, and we'll be done. All right. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to take my screen, share it with you, and that's not what I wanted to show you. Whoops. Yikes. I left it off. All right, there we go. Not even that one. All right, let's go ahead and do this. Let's get a new window. Okay, so here's what's going to happen. In a couple days, your parents are going to get an email, possibly you. I think it'll go to your parents, but it's going to pertain to you. And so you're going to be asked to go to My AP Classroom. You're going to be asked to log on to have an AP account, okay? So it's going to look something like this. I'm already logged in. I'll go ahead and see if I can log myself out. Show you guys what it would look like. No, it's not going to let me. 1 second here. All right, so you're going to be prompted when you log in for two really important questions, okay? And it's going to look like this. So when you guys make your College Board account, and that's the account that you're going to make in order to take the AP exam, you can see they already start the countdown. May 10th, 2021 is when the AP exam is. So that's how much time we have to prepare for it, okay? Right here is called the add code. This is a unique code to my class. And I need you guys to write this down. I can add it in another place, but you're going to remember it better if you write this down, okay? So this is my unique class code because we're going to be using this for certain things throughout the year. And you have to match up your AP account to a particular class if you want to take the AP exam. Okay, so I'm trusting everyone has written down ADD3MZ. Okay, I'm sure a couple of you forget it. Your parents are going to ask. I don't know if the AP coordinator will send that out in an email. So again, I want to remind you that this is the code. The second thing it's going to ask you is, are you planning on taking the exam or not? It's absolutely critical that you guys say yes, okay? Does that mean you have to take the exam and pay the $100? No. Okay, but what it means is you can you have the opportunity to take the exam. Okay. There's processes after that that your parents and you will have to take care of. There's another whole website called totalregistration.net where you'll pay for the exam. But on my end, these are the things that I can control and tell you to do. So once you guys get that email from Mr. Hodson or your parents do, or you want to take it on your own initiative to create a College Board account, I told you to have an email ready. I want you guys to just try to do that. Need you to try to do that tonight and the next 24 hours, really. Okay? All right. What I can do with that, I think maybe let's see if I can show you guys what I can do. No, since you're not enrolled yet. But if I go back, there's all sorts of cool things on here that helps you guys. But if we go over course themes, there's all sorts of different checks on here. So, here's a free response question that I could assign you. You could type it in, it goes to me, and you probably don't even exactly know what a free response question is yet, but we'll be working on that eventually, okay? So this has access to all sorts of fun stuff, and I need you guys to work on getting logged into my class, okay? That means you have to create an account since you're freshmen. You don't have an account most likely. If you're coming from a Seidner or one of the academies, the magnet schools, IPS, forget what they call them. You might have an account already. If you already have an account, make sure you know that, because if you create a second account under the same name, it will kind of mess things up for you, okay? So check with your parents if you think you already created a College Board account. If you, for some reason, took the SAT when you were 11 and, or 12 or 13 or something, that would mean you might already have an account. Okay, let's move on. The next thing that I wanted to show you, going to attempt to do this. That was not it. All right, we're going to go to my Canvas page. And things are going to be different from here moving forward. They're going to look like this. So if you guys go to syllabus on your Canvas page, I did not press save. Wonderful. Well, it should look like this right here. This is going to be our new schedule. I'm going to go ahead and edit this and then save it so that. All right, so here's what you guys are going to see. Each week from here moving forward, we're going to be following the same format. On Monday night, you're going to have a whole chapter's worth of notes due. If we don't have school on Monday, it'll obviously be Tuesday. Then you're going to have an open notes quiz over the assigned chapter, and we're going to work on comparison skills, okay, or essay skills. So compare and contrast, continuity change over time, periodization, or contextualization, various skills that are on the AP exam that you need to be able to do. Tuesdays, we're going to take notes, lecture in class. That'll be the one day that I lecture on the topic over the particular chapter. Wednesdays are going to be primary source days. And then Thursdays, AP World History Themes Day. So we're going to be using the themes for an activity. And then Friday, we'll be having an in and outer discussion or a unit test. You can see when the unit tests are going to be. So September 4th, October 2nd, October 30th, November 20th, and then the final exam. Okay? So this has the chapter breakdown for the rest of the semester. Whether we are in person or whether we are doing virtual learning, this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so this is now updated, and this is going to be your guide. So if you miss class or whatnot, you know that this is where you're going to be missing, and you should be able to figure that out pretty easily. All right, does anybody have any questions over this? I think one that I would have is, Mr. Brunette, you didn't assign us a chapter. I did it on purpose because I needed you to take that take-home quiz. So this week we're covering chapter 13. You will be responsible for the entire chapter. Because I didn't assign it ahead of time, I'm going to lecture tomorrow on that chapter, and then we'll have an open notes quiz on Wednesday, look at primary sources, do themes, and then have our first discussion on Friday. Okay? I want everybody to know I am going to be implementing a participation policy where you have to speak. And we'll be gradually working on that as we move forward here, but you're going to need to be able speaking at least twice a week. And I need you to have your video on unless your computer's broken or something, so that I know that you're here. Okay. Then we'll be able to, again, you'll be rewarded for your participation, and these activities will make more sense anyways. Okay. All right. So if I don't have any questions about that, it's all loaded on here. You know exactly what's happening until the final exam, which that varies by class and day. So whether we're, again, in class or virtual, that's what we're sticking with. All right, great. The next thing I wanted to do then was go over the questions that were on your short answer or on your multiple choice take-home test that you just took. So what I've got here, see if I can find it. That's not it. That's not it. Trying to figure out where this is here. Yeah, I probably X'd out of it. I'm going to have to go back and open this up. So we're going to go over these answers, and you can check your own answers if you submitted them. You probably have them on you on written down somewhere. I've graded most of them. People did okay. But I want to give you an opportunity to ask a question or question bank. There you're going. Or if you don't have a question, just listen. We'll go over each one. There we go. All right, so you guys had this. You guys had answered these, and I just want to give you a chance to look at the correct answers. They are in green, and so obviously you can correct yours and see what you got already. But the founder of Buddhism developed a religion centered on elimination of suffering and desire. That was pretty straightforward from the video guide you guys looked at. The excerpt above best represents which aspect of Hinduism? The idea that the cyclical nature of death and rebirth. If you have a question, unmute yourself and ask when we go through these. So if there's something that you're like, these are difficult questions. All these, I'll tell you now, were all recycled questions from previous AP exams. So that's the difficulty that we were looking at. Now, I handpicked these to match what we had been talking about, but for the most part, but they weren't easy. Say that. As Islam spread between 1200 and 1600, it affected gender relations which of the following ways: existing local customs regarding marriage and the role of women blended with Islamic models. Women never became equal. Polygamy was already a thing, and women definitely weren't allowed to be small-scale traders, but they weren't allowed to be small-scale traders in many societies at all because of the patriarchy that existed. We'll talk more about this later, but this whole idea of blending as it spreads is called syncretism. That's a word you may want to jot down. 4. All right, so you have a mosque in China. This is along the Silk Trade Route, and it adopted local architectural customs. And so even though it looks like a Chinese building, it's a mosque that would have been originally, the religion from Arabia. Which of the great religious systems were characterized by monotheism and a strong missionary thrust? Christianity and Islam. The area where you might have been tripped up is Judaism, but Judaism didn't have a strong missionary thrust because, remember, they thought they were a chosen people. Okay, and there wasn't an idea to go convert a lot of people like Christianity and Islam. Main reason that Buddhism thought had major social implications. It didn't believe in the caste system. 7, the ideas expressed in the passage. So this is pretty Taoist by nature. You cannot make a tree grow or flourish. All I do is avoid hindering a tree's growth. I have no power to make it grow, so that's letting nature take control. Government is not my business. Hands off. The following part of Confucian social order, except for, remember, husbands didn't have to be chaste, only women. All right, the excerpt, which of the following attributes, the virtues and duties of family members. So that whole idea was summed up of filial piety. If you remember, we talked about that in class a little bit. Which of the following is a key philosophical and religious element of Taoism? That's going to be an emphasis on harmony between humanity and nature. That's pretty self-explanatory. The mandate of heaven. So this was the Chinese way of looking at dynastic cycles. Was sometimes used for rebellion, so that a family could replace a ruling family by basically taking them over, using military force and claiming that they had lost the mandate of heaven. The design is from a mosque. A couple giveaways there from the Royal Embassy of Saudi Arabia. Most people got that right. Islam is a monotheistic religion. We talked about that. Judaism is based on the belief of the covenant. I think I made that you guys pretty aware of that the other day. I said, don't forget that. Which the following is given to Muslims on the authority of the Quran. That Moses and Jesus were prophets sent by God for the benefit of humanity. So we talked about that on Friday or last Thursday also. 16, from the founding of each religion, Muslims and Christians shared a belief in monotheism, single, all-knowing God. Omnipotent means all-knowing. Omniscient. 17, which of the following was most responsible for the initial spread of Islam to West Africa? We didn't quite get to this, but you probably looked it up. And that was merchants. Most people got that. Trading was one of the main reasons why Islam spread. And then 18, Judaism, Christianity, and Islam share which of the following? They recognize the existence of Adam and Moses. So that was also on the slide that we looked at on Thursday. A lot of people had B, the divine nature of certain prophets. It's not that prophets have divine nature, it's that prophets receive messages from God. They're not looked at as divine or godly. So that's why B was wrong. Okay, anyone have questions over these? I'll give you guys 30 seconds or so to think about it. All right. If not, we're going to move on to what I wanted to do today as in small groups. So here's what we're going to do. If I can find my Canvas page. There we go. All right. I think I have this in modules. Got a lot going on with tennis right now, so I'm trying to balance it in home. All right, there we go. All right, so we're in chapters 10 to 13. That's where your test is going to be over in a couple weeks. So that's why I'm going to keep everything in this module. This is kind of the new module we're starting out. And so that's right underneath this behemoth of a module that we started, that we've been on the last 2.5 weeks. All right, so I'm going to click on this, and here's what you guys are going to do today. I'm going to split you into groups of 3. One group member is going to be the leader. One group member is going to be the recorder, okay? And then the other group member is going to be a contributor. All right, so you guys can divide that up how you want to. In your group, you're going to compare the 2 religions of Islam and Christianity using the 6 course themes. Compare the 2 major world religions to at least 3 of the course themes, and then submit them below. So here are your hints. Theme 1 is not going to be used. Okay, so that's in the environment shapes human societies and populations grow and change. These populations in turn shape their environment. So it's not necessarily going to be humans' effect on the environment. So don't really focus on theme 1. Okay, and then remember that compare. So I wrote it up here. Compare means similarities and differences. It doesn't just mean similarities or differences. It means both. Okay? So here's an example that you cannot use. I'm looking at theme 2, cultural interactions and development of ideas. And so Muslims believe that Muhammad received the final revelations from God. Okay, while Christians believe the final revelation was God's Son, Jesus Christ. Okay, so you see how I used the direct comparison format again, and I said which theme I was using to compare the 2 religions. Now, this is under assignments. Only one person is going to submit this, but I'm going to reiterate the fact that I need 3 people. I need 3 people I need whoever's doing the recording, make sure they put all 3 names on there. I said that last time, and I had 2 groups of 2 not put their names on it, and it kind of ruined it for the other 2 people who didn't get any credit. Okay, so I need you to go ahead and put your name on it. All right, we've got about 19 minutes to do this, and so I'm going to go ahead and stop my share. And when I request or I invite you into the breakout room, again, introduce yourselves and then start kind of brainstorming on what you think you could use. And once you submit it, you're done for this period. Just a reminder, the chapter 13 notes. You can I want you to take them in the format style that we have had so far when I've had you take notes 3 times. Those are due on Wednesday. I'm not going to be collecting them. You're going to be using them for an open notes quiz. And then you are going to be using them for activities on Thursday. And then you'll have another assignment due Friday when we have our discussion, okay? Does anyone have any questions before I let you go into these groups?
I have one. So what are the page numbers for chapter 13? Do you know?
Let me look. Well, it would help if I didn't cut this whole book out. 1 second. I think on your online textbook, it'll take you directly to the chapter, but so this shouldn't be that relevant, but it is. Starts on 288 and goes to 307. Okay, so that's why I'm giving you 2 nights to do it. We got to get this activity started, though, okay? You guys submit that with your 3 names, and you guys are done. You can start your notes, and that's all you really need to worry about. Oh yeah, and remind your parents if they have questions or whatever. If they want to see what you guys have been doing, have them come to the back to school night tonight. Yay! That's a joke, but yeah, have them come. It's for real. All right, so here we go. Here's the fun breakout room. We're gonna break into 8, 16, 24. There's gonna be 4 of you in a couple rooms.
Mr. Burnett, when I try to click on the skills work or assignment that we're supposed to be doing this through, it says that it hasn't been published yet.
It's the same for me too.
Gotcha. So I'm going published. Publish. Huh.
It says that it's not a part of it's part of an unpublished module and is not available yet.
Got it. Yeah, I need to publish this module, which I'm doing right now. And try it again, please. Or press refresh and try it again.
Yeah, it works. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. Get at it. I might join your room, see how the conversation's going. We'll see. And thanks for showing up today. Oh, there we go. I had to press that button. That makes sense.
Mr. Burnett.
Yeah.
So we submitted our Canvas thing. Do we just leave now or?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
Welcome. Have a good day.
Can I leave now since we finished the thing here?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Thanks. Have a good one. guys doing okay?
Yep, we were just about to
Yeah.
submit.
Well, also for the one about the sacred text or the days, we should specify which days it is. So I'm pretty sure it's
Okay.
Isn't it
Yeah,
Mr.
it's
Burnett,
Friday
isn't
in Islam.
Yeah, it's Friday. Okay. Friday and Sunday. Or Sunday for Christianity.
Sabbath day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right. Good job, guys. You probably want to get to class though, because it's gonna start in like 2 or 3 minutes. But
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, have a good day, folks. Happy Monday.
Bye.
I'll submit.
Good job, guys. Yeah, thanks.